Hello everyone, this is Joe from Insurance Toolkits, and today we're going to be going over what I would consider to be one of the most important underwriting topics, which is anticoagulants, better known as we call them blood thinners, and that's often what clients refer to them as well. So if you have an understanding of what these medications are, what they do, what they're taken for, this can be the difference of placing an extra, maybe 2 to 3 apps a month, depending on how much business you do. So it's pretty important. So what are anticoagulants? What are blood thinners? So these are medications that prevent the blood from coagulating, so clotting, and that can lead to circulatory events, heart attacks, strokes, can contribute to AFib. After orthopedic surgery, something that we'll cover, they can often be taken to prevent complications, a hip replacement, knee replacement, things of that nature. So I've listed here, these are the main, this is kind of 95% of what you'd see in terms of the anticoagulants. Now, I left off some of them. No, they're still in the toolkit. Heparin is one, Acova. Typically, those are intravenous, so you're not going to see those too often. But the most common ones of this list here, I would say, is warfarin, Eliquis, Xarelto, Pradaxa, and then I would say Lovenox as well. Angiomax and Savase are a little bit more rare. But of course, there's generics. Warfarin is Coumadin, Jantoven, Eliquis is apixaban. There's different Xarelto's, rivaroxaban. So there's different names, but these are the brand names, the most common names that you'll see for the medications. So we're going to go down the list here and kind of go over the usage reasons. So warfarin is one of the more commonly prescribed ones. You can see there's a number of reasons here. It can be taken following a heart attack, atrial fibrillation, stroke, and then we're going to cover this one here, which is thrombosis. So let's say you're sitting in front of the client, they're taking their warfarin, and you have your list pulled up, and they say, oh, I take it for thinning my blood. That's a pretty common reason why someone would say they're taking one of these medications. Now, that's not really a reason. So let's say you just ask the client, again, using the toolkit and the reasons that come up. Do you have atrial fibrillation? Did you have a heart attack and the doctor prescribed it? Did you have a heart surgery? Did you have a stroke? Was there any specific event that caused you to take this medication or the doctor to prescribe it originally? And they say, no, I just take it to thin my blood. I went to the doctor one day and they prescribed it and that was it. So this option here, thrombosis, is exactly what that means. So blood clots. So it's the prevention of blood clots. It's not a specific event, so to speak, but it's something that is ongoing. So in this case, we would click on thrombosis. It's very important with all these drugs, the date of first fill. So the carriers that do take these medications, it's almost exclusively based off of the first fill. So certain carriers like Royal Neighbors are much more lenient. Certain carriers like America are very strict, where they generally won't take these at all, regardless of the first fill. Security National will take certain ones. So American Amicable is another example, will take certain ones based on the first fill. So it's very important that you get this first fill right, because for the carriers that will take it, they all depend it on the date of the first fill. So we'll just say they started taking it back in 2016. So another one that we're going to look at, another reason, we'll look at Eliquis here. So someone can take it following an event. So in some cases, a heart attack or a heart surgery. So if we click heart surgery here, same deal. We just say when the surgery was, and if they're currently taking it, of course, and you finish there. Now, the last reason I want to cover is post-orthopedic surgery, because you're going to have situations where someone might have a hip replacement, some kind of structural surgery, not really a circulatory issue. And the medication, Xarelto is, I believe, one of the more common ones in that case. In the case of orthopedic surgery, that gets prescribed to, again, reduce the chance of a blood clot forming or a complication after the surgery. So in that case, you still got to put it in, even though it's not the medication is still looked at by the carriers, of course. And we would just select, now I unchecked this before, but if they're currently taking it, we would adjust it back to today. And of course, we put in the first fill, and then we underwrite it. So again, these medications you'll see pretty commonly in the field. Just make sure you get that first fill date right, and you narrow down if there's a certain event, such as a heart attack, that caused them to start taking the drug, or if not, they just claim they take it for thinning their blood. That would be thrombosis. So if you have any questions about underwriting blood thinners or anything else, you can leave a comment on this video and we'll get back to you relatively quickly, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks.